All right. Hope all is well with everyone. I hope everybody's families continue to stay safe and sound throughout this particular time. On top of that, how about the Chiefs winning the AFC West for the 5th year in a row? What a great accomplishment for the organization, a great accomplishment for our players. But one thing that we're still striving for, there's still a goal that we're pursuing. We still want to establish home field advantage, and the goal is always to win the Super Bowl. So with that said, I'm all ears.
Let's start first with Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Eric. You guys went for a key 4th down last week, and I'm wondering, just generally speaking on 4th downs, if you could take me through the process of how you determined to go for it. Are you waiting on the signal from Andy, or do you guys have enough time to sort of dissect and converse about what you're going to do there?
Well, there's normally a plan prior to, and we talked through that plan the night before, leading up throughout the whole entire week, thinking about different things. If this particular scenario comes up, what are we thinking here? And so, yes, there is a plan, and there is some conversation. You know, one thing sometimes those conversations could be a little heated. Sometimes they're very, very easy to have, but they're always exciting. And the thing that we loved about it was that, hey, our guys knew exactly what we wanted from them. They knew exactly what to do, and they went out and executed, and it gave us an opportunity to go ahead and win the game.
Let's go next to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Coach. You're entering this game week preparation with some issues on the offensive line, specifically on the bookends, and knowing that you've got to face Trey Hendrickson and even Cam Jordan. What have you seen in the tape with Durant's game last week that gives you confidence that if he is the next man up, he'll be able to accomplish the job?
Well, here's the thing. He's a professional football player. We've signed him for a reason. So we've always had a deal around here. The next man is up. And so Coach Heck is going to get those guys ready to roll. You know, he does a great job of preparing those guys. That's a tight-knit room. And regardless who's out there, we're going to have trust in him. We're going to believe that he can go out there and get it done. And when it's all said and done, it's his job and our duty to make sure that we're putting the right player in the right position to go out and execute his job. So one thing that we understand as well, when we're doing this job, trust is a sensitive issue. And we put those players out there in positions to execute their job, and we're trusting them. And so they have a great deal of trust in us as well. So we just want whoever's going to be out there. If it's Yasir's going to go out there and play his tail off for us.
Let's go next to Steve Weish. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, Eric, we talked about sort of earlier this year how some defenses were not allowing some of the big plays by playing back, playing soft. But the Saints, they really mix it up, and they're going to challenge you guys at times on this. Does Kelce, just having him as a chess piece, is that what's opening up some of the explosive plays that we've seen you guys kind of go on that weren't necessarily happening early in the season?
You know what? I think it's a collaboration of a lot of things. I think guys are stepping up, you know, on the perimeter. I mean, we've seen what Tyreek has done. Obviously, Kelce becomes a different type of entity. Last week, you saw a youthful Sammy Watkins. McCole has been making plays. So I think what we have a unique chemistry, and those guys are clicking right now. Now, is it perfect? No, it's not. We still have a long ways to go, and we're still looking for that perfect game that we need to play. But when it's all said and done with, our guys are doing a good job of finding a way to finish. And I think that's the most important thing. Now, one thing I will say about this defense, and I've said this each and every week, collectively, from the front end to the back end, this is probably one of the best defenses that we have faced all season long. And I mean, they're deep at every position. And so this is going to be a very, very unique challenge. We understand because of who we are and what we've accomplished, we're going to get their best shot. But I also know that our guys are going to be mentally and physically prepared to go out there and play a 60-minute sound football game as well.
Let's go next to Sarin Petro. Go ahead, Sarin.
Coach, go a little bit further on what Sam McDowell asked you about the 4th down. Just if you get one, you said sometimes it gets a little heated.
Oh,
yeah. In what, like which play or?
Oh, no. There's just coaches talking back and forth to one another, just making sure the communication is as sound as it needs to be, because everybody has the most best play. And so we want to make sure that we're all on the same page. And we do a great job of talking through those scenarios throughout the whole entire week. And just like we said, there's a collaboration. Joe and Frazier upstairs giving us thoughts. Hey, you know what? It's second down here. Think about a fourth down call. And so we're always in constant communication. And one thing that we've known here for years, and Coach stresses this, communication is the key to any successful relationship. And we do a great job of over communicating clarity with one another.
And just, is there do you sense, you know, in the game, how long you've been in the game, that like going for it on fourth down is becoming easier? It's becoming something that you're more likely to choose to do now. And is it something that you think you see that continuing, right? It's something that it's not going to be, you know, this woo, it's fourth down kind of thing in a couple of years when teams go for it.
I think it's something strategically done. It's thought about. Obviously, we got Mike Frazier, who does a heck of a job with our analytics, always feeding us information. But like I said, it's all about constant communication and making sure that we're all on the same page and making sure that when that particular situation is up, it's not going to be detrimental to us. It's going to be more of a positive uplift and making sure that regardless of what happens, good, bad, or indifferent, okay, we're still leaving ourselves in the right situation at the right particular time.
We'll go last to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Eric, I have a hard time believing that when it comes time to make an opinion, to register an opinion, you don't make yourself clear there. So let's just say that. But wanted to ask you about Travis Kelce. No tight end has ever led the league in receiving. He's there, at least for now. He's leading the league in receiving. What is it about him, his game, what you guys have going on here that's allowed him maybe to go, at least so far, where no tight end has gone before?
You know what? I think Kelce brings a lot of different things to the game. Obviously, he's a very skillful athlete. He can pick up the ball like no one I've ever seen. He has a way of tracking the football. And also, too, he has a great knowledge of the game because he's played quarterback in his background before. So watching him do these things, it does not shock or surprise me. Now, in efforts of making sure that I'm respecting my elders and playing with against some of the guys from the past, you know, the pass game has changed. You know, back in the days when I played, a lot of guys were playing with their hand in the dirt, okay, and making plays from that particular alignment. We have the flexibility to line Kelce up all over the field and take advantage of some of the new passing rules. But I will say this, you know, Kelce works his tail off. He's very professional. And, you know, I'm glad he's on our side, but it's been fun watching him grow and watching where he's going with this thing. And I'm just happy that we all have an opportunity to be a part of history.
Coach EB, we appreciate your time today. Thanks for joining us.
All right. You guys take care.
You too.